Good afternoon from Lugano. There are some bells ringing here, so I guess it is not morning anymore, it's afternoon, and it's happening at this exact moment. So, we're going to spend another block together. This time I'm very excited because I am with, well, this just happened. Somebody called you Blitz Kaufman and Blake Wallet, but actually it's the opposite, right?
Yeah. My name is Blake, not Blitz. I built Flitz. I am Blake.
But you know, Italian guys tend to like do these crazy things. And Blake has been one of the heroes for sure of the Cypher Tank. Third place between 149 applicants. It's a very good score. But we are going to discuss the fact that yes, I think you have been one of the guys that really stand up and stand out from the format, and everybody is talking about you. So I had other two blocks recorded. And this guy discussed about you. So you've been included already in two blogs that I've been minded before you. And so the first one was Walter from Kaleidoscope, because I asked him if you have to choose another winner from Cypher Tank, which one would you choose? And it was Blitz Wallet. And the other one was like Peter Todd. Before we were discussing about how difficult it is to find a wallet, and at the same time the fact that with Cyphertank we were very proud because one thing we really wanted to do was like helping you as a startup to get personal funding, and you were the only one. You got a third place at Cyphertank, but also we ended up the last episode with something very special, a cameo. Look at the episode if you haven't, because how it ended the last episode.
Yeah, it was so it ended with Brad Mills shaking my hand and offering to personally invest in Blitz Wallet. And then it turned out that I had a call with Willy Woo about a week after, and he also decided to personally invest in Blitz Wallet as well. So it was a surreal moment for me because, I started Blitz just out of a passion that I had for Bitcoin, and I saw it as my way to give back to the world and give back to Bitcoin. And for it to get to where it is now is just, it's hard to even imagine,
But I was thinking you're super young, 22 years old, right? And have you always envisioned yourself as a startupper, or it is like something that happened because of Bitcoin?
Yeah, I've always been entrepreneurial. I've always tried to have ideas, but growing up in my household, we understood and were taught the importance of giving back, right? Like in everything we do, it's all about how can you, leave the space or place better than where you came into it. And so I knew whatever I was going to do, it had to have some sort of giving back opportunity. And so at 16, when I got into Bitcoin, I was like, holy crap, this technology can actually revolutionize the world in a positive way. And that sparked like, this is my opportunity to build on something and to do something with a technology that can actually revolutionize the world. And so, I have been entrepreneurial, but I didn't know it was going to be Bitcoin because I got into it at 16. Like when you're 12, you want to be a fireman. I didn't know Bitcoin at 12. But once I saw Bitcoin, I knew that's what I want to do. And that's ended up, how I am, where I am now.
Wow, that's amazing to learn from your motivation, and also something that you really like captured my attention was just like that attention you always give to your family. You quoted your grandma, and now you're quoting something that you learned from them, your family. Uh, can you say that they really helped in everything you're doing? Can you really say that your biggest fan is somebody from the family? Who is your biggest fan?
Listen, I'm so blessed to have an unbelievable support system through my entire family. They support me and my brothers, and my brothers support me, and they all love me. So I know, whatever I do and I show them, they're all like, oh my gosh, like you're on TV, or you just shook this guy's hand, or oh my God, I can't believe you met him. Now they're not all like very invested in Bitcoin, but they are very invested in me. And so, whatever I do in Bitcoin, they're always super excited.
So all boys?
Oh, boys. Yeah, my mom, she never got a girl, and she's alone in our house.
Yeah, I have three nephews too. My sister really wanted a girl, but It is what it is. I guess there's a lot of. I think one thing I learned from my nephews, they're three boys, they are completely three different worlds, and they are very supporting with each other, just like you. You also reminded me a little bit of Jack Mallers, actually. We had a blog together too, because he has this energy like you, he has this like family background, and also a vision for the future that is really grounded in the same values. So I don't know, but I think it's a good compliment.
Oh, I appreciate that.
And I was really excited to like talk with you for many reasons. And one of the reason is I know that the Blitz Wallet has really evolved since we filmed the Cypher Tank. So what are the new features, the new things that happened during we filmed in October? Right now we are in March, so many things evolved, right?
Many things have changed. Honestly, it would be hard to even pull them all off the top of my head. I know, one of the big things that I did was I added a gifting feature in the wallet. So you can create Bitcoin gifts, and then you can, send them to your friend, and then they can go and they can claim that Bitcoin gift. And I wanted to create that because onboarding, especially in Bitcoin, can be a little bit complex and intimidating. Going to some other wallets, like you download it and then you have to generate your first Lightning invoice.
Yeah.
And then you copy that Lightning invoice and you paste in your text message. You're like, holy crap, there's just a lot of like characters right here. And it doesn't really make too much sense intuitively to what users are used to in like normal banking. But the gifting feature, all it is a link. You click the link, it opens the Blitz wallet. It pops up saying, do you want to claim your gift? And then you hit claim and then you get your Bitcoin, right? So it sort of streamlines that first interaction on Bitcoin for new Bitcoiners. Another feature I just released actually like yesterday were payment pools. And so, if we're in a group and we are going to travel to a place to hang out or something, and we need to raise some money for that, right? Well, traditionally, in a different Lightning wallet, if you did this, you would have people inbound payments to you. But then the question is, who paid me? Did they pay me enough? How much did we actually raise? Because all your transactions are in one balance, right? So what I did was I created basically a separate wallet inside of your wallet where all of those payments for that specific goal are tracked. So now you can see who paid, when they paid, and how close you are to your total goal of, what you're trying to raise for or whatever. So again, trying to recreate the experiences people are used to in traditional payment apps, but on Bitcoin, so that inevitably when people do get into Bitcoin, that transition in user experience isn't that far. The only difference is they're using a technology that's great and beautiful, and they're not using the banking infrastructure.
It's amazing. Also, you said yesterday, so you had this idea while traveling to here.
Yeah, well, I've been, Apple sucks sometimes.
Yes.
Please don't hear this, Apple, and then ban me from your platform. But trying to get apps through the permissioned stores is a bit difficult. So I tried to release this. I've been going back and forth with Apple for like a week and a half now. Of like, guys, nothing in here has changed. Like, why are we getting blocked? But yeah, it just released yesterday.
It's interesting because only if you test thing, only if you experience life actually, and also you use this traditional app, so you can get an idea how to rebuild this on Bitcoin. If you are stuck with your life on only like experiencing also Bitcoin apps, but you need other ideas from outside. That's really really powerful, I guess.
Yeah.
And this brings me to something that it was Blitz Wallet also, in my opinion, was the startup that after the Cypher Tank really was great on social media and really engaging, and you gifted people also, right? And you got a lot of people asking for that because Cypher Tank was tagged too, and so I saw how many people reacted to this gift because the free sets is a very good marketing and promotion strategy. And I think you really you were good on like on the screen, but also after that onboarding new people all the time. And I think it's something that startups in a way really underestimate the power of this specific action, and it's very similar like in the Bitcoin world. Of course, we are recreating everything. We are recreating products, we are creating jobs, we are also recreating marketing in a way, but some rules remain. you give for free, like free sets, and people are coming after you more for you and your product, right? It was really, really good experience with that to get many people on board, right?
For sure. Everyone loves free stuff. And I think free Bitcoin just takes it to the next level because, what could be better than just free Bitcoin? I mean,
Yes, it's a very simple like marketing tactics, and it's very ethical, and it worked out pretty well. So you want to also use those things. So do you have other things like that in your schedule for the future? What do you have in mind? I mean, for marketing and promotion part for that part.
yeah, there's definitely going to be more giveaways now that I have some funds to actually give away. Before any giveaway would just be me taking some personal Bitcoin and giving it away. But now with the investments, obviously I have more money to be able to give away. So I do hope to do more giveaways. In terms of the social media strategy, for me, so I was actually a marketing major in college. Most people don't know. I taught myself how to develop outside of school. Like I'm fully self-taught. And in marketing, the number one thing that at least I took away was if you have a great product, generally that can market itself. And so, what I took to heart is when building Blitz, I don't want to be the person to go on social media, make a bunch of promises that obviously aren't true. And so I really focus on making Blitz the product that is really good. And what I've seen is when people download it, they're like, okay, this actually is really good. And then they go out and they, tag people on Twitter or tag people on social media saying, oh, you should try Blitz Wallet, you should try Blitz Wallet.
Word of mouth, right? Is very powerful.
Yeah, word of mouth is key, but word of mouth has to be rooted in the fact that your product is capable of being word of mouthed, if that's a verb or whatever. Like
it works really well. You should use it more, in my opinion.
So, my marketing strategy is sort of a development strategy. It's build a great product and let the product be the marketing strategy.
Yeah, and then you apply very simple action there, just like this one or whatever. You don't need like a complicated strategy or whatever. You build a product that is really good, and the product will talk by itself with a little bit of help, because some action are really powerful and yes, really interesting. So I could stay here all day talking with you, but I think we reached almost the end of this block together. The last question is completely random, and you're probably look at me just like, yes, like I don't know. It's just like I look at you, and just the first thing that came on my mind, I ask you. And for you, it was like if Blitz Wallet should choose a mascot, an animal, which one would you pick? I love this space. Everybody was like, oh my God. I never thought about it. An animal.
Well, I'm trying to think of what like Blitz Wallet itself I would want it to stand for. Obviously, the truth, the honesty, but powerful. So what's an animal that could be truth, very truth, but also powerful? I don't even know. I'm thinking something in the Sahara, but it's also fast. Cheetahs. It could be a cheetah. Could be a zebra. Because zebras are like agile, they're quick, a little stealthy, but they're also beautiful. I'm going, you know what?
You're very, very close. I don't need an answer. And also,
something like that.
Oh, yes, actually, I have a last question that Giacomo told me before. During the Cypher Tank, you were like, so I think Jack Mahler asked you something, and you were like, I'm coming you later with that. I don't know if you remember exactly, but probably you didn't come back to Jack Mahler's. So you want to come back to Jack Mahler's with the question he asked, because you were amazing. You were like, I don't know right now, but I will come back here with
the question of what stops someone from copying Blitz. I took some time to think about that, and the truth is nothing, right? Like I can't physically sit here and 100% confident say that nothing stops someone from copying Blitz. But what I can say is user experience is extremely difficult to change. And each product has built their own user experience, right? So when you go to Strike provides its user experience through its product set that it's built. And for Strike to then change that user experience would be very difficult. And that goes across the board for all products. And so what you see in history is, let's take Tesla, for example, right? So Tesla competed with all the automakers, GM, Ford, whatever. They could all copy Tesla. Tesla's a tech company. They could have just hired developers. Why didn't they? Well, because it would have changed their user experience so much, and that's a difficult change, right? So what stops someone from copying Blitz? Technically nothing. But in history, what you see is, if you're building a new user experience that other companies aren't used to, it's very hard for those companies to adopt those new user experiences because it means going against what they've already built. So that's the best answer I could come up with.
Wow, amazing. Also, I have a request. So we edited the video, not me personally, but I watched the video over time of the Cypher Tank, the teaser, whatever. And one sentence that was really stuck in my mind, I want you to tell this again on camera. You know which sentence I mean. I want you to look at the camera and say it again because it was so powerful, stuck on my mind. It was just like, a earworm for the something that you keep hearing and hearing and hear. So powerful. So look at the camera and once again, that sentence.
In a very ASMR way.
Yes, please.
Simplicity does not mean featureless.
Amazing. Thank you very much. I got this special for a Plugged In Mirror. So thank you very much again, Blake. It has been amazing having you here, and you're going to be in Lugano for some times where we create other contents and we create hopefully some synergies here. And grazie mille.
Thank you so much for having me. This was truthfully an honor, and I'm so excited to be in Lugano.